Deep Purple song, Fireball. All right, Deep Purple, Fireball. This is the title track from the album Fireball, released by Harvest Records. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings books that were published in the mid 1950s were highly influential. Oh, the mid 1950s. Were highly influential for counterculture people in the 60s, even though Tolkien himself didn't like them. What? He didn't like them?
Really?
Wait, he didn't like his books, or he didn't like countercultural people?
Read it again.
This is the title track from the album Fireball, released by Harvest Records. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings books that were published in the mid 1950s were highly influential for countercultural people in the 60s, even though Tolkien himself didn't like them. Must be the countercultural people.
Right.
Yeah. Deep Purple, T-Rex, Led Zeppelin, and others seem to delve into these books for inspiration, for lyrical and concept inspiration. Black Sabbath went more in a horror direction, but most of these bands or artists of this time explored using concepts for their artistry and stage personas. This song could be a mythical form of the anti-love songs that I discussed before. In the medieval settings, this woman, often a witch or a queen, has deceitful magic in which people hypnotized men in her clutches are compelled to sing and dance for her. In this song, it sounds like Deep Purple are pretty far trapped in. Someone should help them. Just make sure you don't end up bebopping too. In the past, I had you react to a Queen song that was released in 1974, The March of the Black Queen. This was similar in lyrical content premise. All right, let's check it out.
All right, guys, here we go. The name of this band is Deep Purple. The name of this song is
Fireball.
Fireball. Let's do this shit.
Reminds me of that snake church. Remember they said fireballs? Amazon account is up and running now. We are selling our formula officially. It's amazing stuff from Europe.
Made in Germany. Sold in America.
Highest standards there are. In America, the standards haven't been updated since 1980. It's super weird, like older than me. In Europe, they update safety standards basically every year. This formula is top notch, great for the stomach, great for constipation. This is a great product. If you happen to want to purchase it and join us on our journey, then grab the link in the description. If you do and leave a review for us, send me a screenshot at vinandsori@gmail.com of your review after you have received the product. We will put your name in a hat. Song reviews are going to come out by some of the people that have left reviews. Don't forget to send us a screenshot of your review once you get the product. Now a word from our mascot dressed as a pirate, Fuji.
It's a deal of a deal.
Damn, like that was 1971.
Yep, 1971. Wow. Wow, okay. It's so interesting that some 1971 songs have like such great audio, and then this one, the audio wasn't as good. It wasn't as clear.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely is a little bit blurry sounding.
Yeah. But you could still like you could still get the vibe from the song. You still could see where they were going.
Put the lyrics up there real quick.
I like the lyrics of this one better than the other ones. Like, I thought that the lyrics of the other one were really weird about her looking like a car and stuff.
That's so weird to me that's still in your head that she looked like a car. Solomon said the girl looks like a horse. What's the difference?
You know what I think it is? So there. Okay, who's that guy? He's a black guy. He Medea. He does the Medea one.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah. Well, he's playing himself and he's playing his sister.
Right.
And he tells her, he's like, you big as a Buick, you big. And he's just like insulting her.
Yeah.
And like, when I saw that scene, I was like, how embarrassed. Why would he say that? And then when I saw that line, like, I know that's not where they were going with it, but that's all. I couldn't separate it from that, like, you big as a Buick, you big.
Yeah, well, but there's a song. It's an R. Kelly song. But it was a huge song.
I'm so disappointed that he did all the shit he did because I really like his music, but I won't listen to it.
You remind me of my Jeep. That's ridiculous that you won't listen to it.
I know I know, but I don't like what he did with the girls, and I feel like I'm betraying them by listening to it.
You remind me of my Jeep. That's the name of his song. You remind me of my Jeep.
Why?
Because I want to ride it and all this other dumb shit. You know, you get me turned on. I want to turn you on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, whatever.
Okay.
There's a lot of sexual innuendos again.
I'm sure. I'm quite sure.
I remember when I first heard that song, I was like 9-10 years old. I thought that was the stupidest thing of all time.
Oh, you did?
I knew what sex was, but I was just like, that is so dumb. I'm like, there is no way that you can make that like a cool song. Them girls love that shit. You just hear them singing down the road. I'm like, what the fuck? But anyway.
Well, I'll have to check it out later.
The golden light above you shows me where you're from. The magic in your eyes bewitches all who gaze upon you. You stand up on your hill and bop all around you. They wonder where you're from. Oh yeah, they wonder where I found you. So he's saying like this is like so over the top that it might be an anti-love song. You see what I'm saying? Isn't that what he said? Didn't he say that some people were interpreting it that way? That
what?
This song could be a mythical form of the anti-love songs that I discussed before.
Oh.
See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or no, do you not see that? Do you not see it or no?
No. I just think that it's an extreme version of, you know, what he's describing. It's just like, you know, maybe she was really beautiful and I'm taking it that way, that she's like, she's extremely beautiful, but like, you know how there's like some people that they're beautiful, but then, okay, so there's like two types of beauty. There's a beauty that's like a curious beauty, and then there's a beauty that's like, she's just objectively beautiful. And I think that this woman has like that curious beauty that they can't seem to like grab onto. And so that's why they're saying like, where is she from? Where they want to know all that extra information about her. He said, oh my love, it's a long way. Where you're from, it's a long way. I guess could mean either that she was really far from home, or that maybe it is that sort of mythical thing, like she's not even from this realm. I don't know where he's going with that. I tried to understand you, tried to love you right. The way you smile and touch me always sets my heart alight. Your lips are like a fire burning through my soul, and people ask me where you're from, they really want to know. See, I like stuff like that, like burning lips, soul, those types of words.
Oh yeah, I know. What's up, Paula Nieves? You're racing like a fireball, dancing like a ghost. You're Gemini, and I don't know which one I like the most. And that is what Revo is referring to. Look at the Gemini lyrics if you want to understand my anti-love analysis, because Geminis are two-faced. So, you're racing like a fireball, dancing like a ghost. You're Gemini, and I don't know which one I like the most.
Oh.
My head is getting broken and my mind is getting bust, but now I'm coming with you down the road of golden dust.
Magic woman wrecking up my soul. Things you tell me have never been told. Magic woman, I don't know. Electric before me, I love you so.
Right, so and then it goes back to sort of like mythologizing her.
Yeah.
Which is actually a symptom of borderline personality disorder, like when the person mythologizes their partner, because they mythologize them and then they crucify them afterwards. That's the whole borderline situation.
The person with borderline does that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. The golden light above you shows.
Well, that's weird, because a borderline person will also be that, right? They'll be this like a mythical person, and then all of a sudden they'll just have these meltdowns.
Well, they're usually characterized with the sabotage of relationships because they're terrified of rejection. Mm-hmm. So they're stuck in this constant thing where they try to plant landmines in a relationship because they're terrified of rejection.
Is that person like that?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Inglorious Bastard says that Geminis are far superior to all signs. So it's like, I don't know, like, have you ever been in a situation where you thought to yourself, this person is perfect?
Yep.
You thought this person was perfect, like completely flawless, like morally flawless.
Oh, I know this is going to sound weird, but wait a minute. Do you mean morally flawless, or do you mean you want to be in a relationship with them and they're morally flawless?
No, have you ever believed that the person that you were with was morally flawless?
Oh, no. But I thought, ridiculous as it seems, I thought for the longest time that people could obtain perfection. And so there were people that I thought, oh, that person, they must have gotten there. Right. Someday I'll be there. But it wasn't that I wanted to marry the person or anything like that. I just thought that they had
You
really...
just thought that was... Well, that's actually pretty consistent Arminianism. Right? So, okay. So my point is...
far as like...
The reason I'm asking that question is because... Look at the language this guy uses. The golden light above you shows me where you're from. The magic in your eye bewitches all who gaze upon you. Like, this is some heavenly person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person's like an angel descended to the realm of men. Like, sort of like like going completely overboard on... It's one thing to celebrate somebody, but you're almost like deifying this person.
Yeah, but don't you think that both of us kind of did that with each other?
Well, there was so much stuff happening at such a fast period of time. You know what I'm saying? That probably, but I probably wasn't paying a lot of attention to it because everything was so quick.
Well, back it up before everything get going quick. When we were just friends, like, I just thought you were, like, the best person, like... I mean, people said it all the time. Sori won't take advice from anybody, but if Vin says it,
yeah, we've always been like that. But but I don't think that that's. I think that's more of a mutual respect thing, because nobody took stuff in our view, and I think we were right, nobody took things as seriously as we did.
Yeah.
So I think that was more of a respect type of, like I hate to use this analogy, but, you know, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady kind of knowing each other type situation. That's what it was like for me. It was just like I respected so much like how seriously you took Christianity. That
yeah, I think that's what it was for me as well, because you just knew a lot about the Bible that was more than just he sat under his pastor's teaching. You were studying it for yourself, and that was a big deal to me.
Yeah, so that
yeah, okay.
So yeah, I think you know, but it's one of the reasons why you've always had a certain kind of influence over me in my thinking, you know, forever. But I think that was a good assessment.
You said you don't think it was?
No, it was a good assessment.
Oh, it was a good assessment?
Yeah, like I wouldn't change that. Like that's the thing. Like I don't know if I have you on some, you know, crazy pedestal, because I feel like I have a pretty realistic view of a lot of things, but.
Well, I'm not saying now. We've lived with each other now.
Well, it hasn't changed for me as far as human beings on the planet that have the most influence over me.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Like, there's nobody that you'd be like, oh, I need to talk to so-and-so to convince Vin of this.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you know that if you can't convince me, nobody's going to convince me of X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think you know the same of me, too. Who can convince me to do anything?
Oh, no, I agree. Yeah, as I'm saying, like, my overall view of you hasn't changed, but I don't think it's not a miscalculation. I think as long as you know the limitations of the person, as long as you understand the person truly isn't God, I still think you can have a very high view of them without it getting, you know, dangerous. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But
so do you think that this is one of those situations where he's looking at her like she's from another world? I mean, he's just way over the top, you know, like.
Yeah, and it could be a very, you know, dry sarcasm, but.
I mean, have you ever met people, here's a little bit of a flip. Have you ever met people that don't have this type of influence but think that they do?
I'll just say that there is something to me that is extremely mysterious, to the point I can't necessarily put my finger on, about female energy as a whole, but yours in particular as it relates to me.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I don't, you know, I'm not going to get into, like, all the particulars because I don't want to, you know, get all weird. But your kind of energy is the only energy that has that much magnetism to me in the world. So, from that perspective, there's a big part of our relationship that I'll say it's transnatural instead of saying supernatural. Transnatural transcends the natural. Like there's something else going on with you and me and our connection that I'm sure scientists in about 30 years will be able to map out and explain, you know, relative to the whole consciousness field and whatever. But so because there's that supernatural or transnatural aspect to our relationship, that's when you start using mythological language. You know what I'm saying? Because what we're calling mythology is like the placeholder for those experiences that you can't necessarily measure in a lab. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I could write something like this and be dead ass serious because I'm using angelic language or supernatural language as a metaphor for something, some kind of gravity that's drawing me to you that's much more consequential than, you know, gold dust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I mean, obviously, like, sometimes I sit down and I try to, like, I'll think through different things, and I'm like, that nobody else on the planet besides you, X, Y, and Z thing. Like, it's just it's weird to me because of the way that I react to you, and I don't know. Sometimes I think to myself, holy shit, I hope none of my girls ever feel like this toward any man, because it's way too much leverage to give somebody.
I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe if you didn't have that same like mythical energy back, I don't know how to word it. Like maybe it could be really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But maybe because the energies kind of like match, then I don't know.
I think a big portion of it is the vast majority of our relationship has been platonic and spiritual, and the ground of mutual respect.
Yeah.
Like, respect, I think, was the first real emotion we've ever felt for each other, which is very interesting, considering how you very rarely hear a couple ever say, and that's when we fell in respect with each other.
Yeah.
But that was the ground for...
Yeah, no, that's true. That's really interesting. It was because you were talking, and, like, the way you laid something out, like, you were saying the gospel in such a crazy, clear way, and the way that you laid it out, I was like, what? And, yeah, immediately. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have categorized it that way, but yeah.
Yeah, admiration is just a female way of saying respect, you know.
No, admiration sounds too small.
Yeah, but...
That sounds like a hat tip, and that's not what it was.
Yeah, there was a real, like...
And I think
I found somebody that hits the gym as hard as I do type thing.
Yeah, that's such a weird analogy to it, but yeah. And I think that the other element, like a lot of times I think to myself, oh, I wish that we would have met in high school, or oh, I wish we would have been single. Both of us were single when we met each other. But in this conversation, I don't feel that way, because I actually like that it was...
Yeah, that
because
element.
I'm so like steered toward relationship, like, you know, you were obviously married, so it was completely platonic, and it was like based on what we were learning and stuff. That so like having that friendship that was completely, I actually, in that sense, I'm actually glad that we didn't meet first where we could have had a relationship, because we wouldn't have had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So yeah, I like this song. And I liked watching.
All these songs are like radio hits, I guess, but they're all deep as hell.
Yeah.
Like they instigated a lot of really deep discussions.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fascinating. Like all in the same year, 1971, and this is just part one of 1971. But these songs were like really, like sometimes I wonder, like, I know Revo puts a lot of thought, Nick, Franco. I know there's a bunch of thought that goes into it, and even the order and things like that. But I'm like, yo, like, how do you know which collection of songs they're gonna like create? I don't know. It's something that's like weird to me, because I think about my playlist and I'm like, yo, if I had like 4 to do or 6 to do, would I be able to come up with like a coherent playlist that isn't just...
I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
because
it becomes an art form in and of itself.
Oh, absolutely.
The way that
absolutely. One of the alliances, I told you this, they're like putting together a Sori playlist. They're going to try to pick songs that kind of fit. So they asked me to send them a couple of mine. And so I think I like sent like 6 or 7 songs, but it was so disjointed. And there was like no real connection between the and I almost tried to say like, this was from back when I was a teenager. This is from now.
Yeah.
This one I found 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, I was like, I wouldn't create a very good stream.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I appreciate yours.
Yeah, we like your guys's. But it's like, I don't know, there's just a lot of thought that goes into it, and then it creates like places where you just normally wouldn't think to go. Yeah. But because of the way and then these themes get created.
Yeah. And it's weird because the streams, they almost like feel like that they create like a consciousness of their own.
Yeah.
I know that sounds really weird, but like
100%.
that's what it feels like. It feels like that something was created and we all took a part of it. Michelle, that's what when Vinny and I were first like together relationship wise, like where we weren't like friends and we were like, you know, crossing that line with each other. It was very weird. Like, but that's where I found the concept of twin flame. And I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what this is like. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So other people say that's a corny term, but I like it.
It's pretty descriptive.
Yeah. Anyway, Revo, great job once again on
Revo
your
strikes
stream.
Again. Unbelievable.
I feel like the comment section is like so quiet, like everybody stopped. People like, I'm out. Actually, no, there's still quite a few people here. All right, well,
as Andre says, it does reflect the consciousness of the DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the big homie, the DJ of DJs, as we all know him. This was a great one, man. This was a really, really great one. And guys, that's only part one. That's only part one.
Yeah, he's got another part. He's got part 2 coming. I think it's the 29th. Let me just look. Yeah, the 29th. So.
Oh, Michelle's having a boy!
Oh my goodness.
Congrats, Michelle. Congrats.
Join the club.
Join the club. Yeah. You're having a little homie. We haven't said the name yet, have we?
Nope.
Nope.
We finally picked a name. I don't think I'm changing off that. I think it's definitely.
You like the name?
I really do.
Like
and
the full name?
Yes. And in my dream last night, I was calling him that. So, remember I said I went to get the baby and bring him downstairs with everybody?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to get.
So Dorian is approves the name.
He does.
He says, "What do you say, Dorian?
Said,
it's cooler than mine."
No, he said, well, I've always thought that, you know, Dorian was definitely the coolest name in the family. But I don't know. That one might beat it.
The name is 7. Make sure to join A99. Here's negative vibes. Free commercial. Make sure to join A99. We're working on a Sori music poll. Hey, you know, we might, it is coming around the time for us to shoot a new commercial. Unfortunately, we're going to have to retire the other commercial pretty soon. So, maybe we involve some of you guys. You guys can get a leg up and say, join our group.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Holy
you know
shit.
What? We did try to do that before and nobody came through with the video.
The second half is Elton John, Led Zeppelin, and Alice Cooper. Ooh. So part 2 is on the way. Elton John, Led Zeppelin, and Alice Cooper are on the way. Check that shit out. In the meantime, love your neighbor, take care of each other. Vin out.
Sori out.
Go.